if you know the way to blue.
Morning. After all the excitement of the Ribble link, we're having a very quiet and peaceful time on the section of the Leeds and Liverpool from Burscough down to Wigan. And we're taking our time going along here because I'm still having to go back to Brighton at weekends for my exhibition. The last weekend is coming up this weekend, and after that I'll be on the boat right through until October sometime. So today we're going to cycle off to a farm shop. We think we went to it last year. Luckily for us, there's a couple around here. We went to one yesterday, which was okay, but all the fruit and veg was in plastic, and I would rather not buy it in plastic. So we're going to try the other one today. Henry needs to be stocked up for the weekend because we're going to have about 5 days with not very easy access to shops. So try to stoke him up before I go. And before we go off there, I'm going to test out a new tent that I bought. So when I go off hiking by myself, weight is a real issue. I'm only about 7'12", and carrying 10 or 12 kilos is really hard on my body. I'm quite a strong person, but it's all in relation to your weight and size, isn't it? So I've wanted a lightweight tent for ages, but they're really expensive. But there's a site called Outdoor Gear Exchange on Facebook, and I got a Lanshan 1 Pro. It's brand new. The girl had bought 2 of them and left it too late to return one, so I bought it off her. The price of these is quite reasonable. It's still expensive, but not as expensive as some of the other ones. And the reason is that you have to seam seal it yourself, because it has to be put up and then applied by hand. So if they had to do that to all the tents, they would cost a fortune. They'd be at least double the price. So I seam sealed this at my friend Melanie's house a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just going to test it out now, because there'd be nothing worse than taking it out camping and finding that I hadn't quite done it right. So I'm going to put it up now, chuck water all over it and see if it leaks. The reason these tents are ultra light is that you put them up with a trekking pole. They don't have a frame, so you've got all that less to carry. So my Van Gogh Banshee is 2.4 kilos, and this is something like 700 grams. I mean, it's a massive difference. That's almost 2 more kilos of food that I can carry. So let's see how it goes. Put it up any old how, because I'm just testing it for water ingress, so check that out now. I think that's okay. Right, I'll let that dry out now. We're back from shopping, and we're just chugging very slowly into Parbold, which is the next small town along the canal, just for a night. This canal doesn't really have many locks, but it does have plenty of swing bridges. We're just coming up to the first one. We met a lovely couple yesterday who walk this towpath regularly, and they pick up all the rubbish as they go. And they also put these little signs. I think you can just see one over there on that post, asking people to pick up and bin the dog poo bags, and it seems to work because we walked into Parbold yesterday and there was only one piece of litter the whole way, which I picked up, and no dog bags, which is unusual. So unsung heroes, people who do that quietly, just keeping our nice natural spaces clean. Here we are at a very busy Parbold, mooring under a willow tree. There's a beautiful old mill down there, which is an art gallery now. Very popular spot this, and you can only moor for one day, which suits us as we're off again tomorrow. Now, a lot of people call our boats barges, and I don't mind that name at all, it's rather nice. But this is what a real barge looks like. We're off to our next mooring today. We've been moored under the willow tree all night, which is rather nice. We're not going very far, so I'm going to walk up there because I fancy the exercise. Boat that sells wool and yarn. Better keep away from that. And there's the mill. It's been made into an art gallery. Beautiful. The sky is changing a little today, and there is some rain in the forecast over the next few days. It's certainly a bit cooler, but whether it will be enough to relieve the network is another matter. We're all praying for rain at the moment, which is an unusual request at this time of the year, but we all need it, gardens and canals alike. Well, we're not far from where we're going to moor today. Just going to get through this lock, and we're hoping just over there behind that hill is a secret arm that's no longer used, and sometimes you can sort of reverse a boat in there and you're tucked away from the towpath. You do have the railway line close by, but I think there's only 2 trains an hour, so not too disturbing. I'll take that. This is a little secret spot behind the lock. You have to reverse into it around a curve, which is tricky, so Henry is hauling me in on the centre line. Nice not to see any other boats down here. I think that's quite unusual. And here we are, moored up in a secret little spot with a gorgeous view. We'll be here for a couple of days. The only fly in the ointment is a bin full of rubbish back here, You can't blame this on anybody except boaters. But I don't know how they think it's going to be collected, because it won't. I can't take that much with me, it's too big. Just a little way down from where we're moored is this conservation area and community gardens, so we thought we'd take a look. And as you can see, we have rain. It's been raining for about 2 days, which is a really good thing. Last year all we wanted was sun, and this year all we want is rain. Now I can smell wild garlic. Let's be careful not to touch any of that. It's so green in here.
Yeah.
They've got lots of dead hedge in here, which is when they pile all the cuttings up and make a sort of hedge. Little run for, well, insects and hedgehogs, I suppose, that sort of thing. I can really smell the garlic.
Very strong around here.
Yeah, I know, I just can't see it. I mean, it usually comes in big swathes. It's not usually just growing singly, and it's very strong. We found it.
Like garlic. There's more down there.
Yeah, that's it.
So there's some here.
Oh good, if we get a little bunch I can make some pesto. We got some, enough for a couple of pots. This is really interesting. Apparently under these meadows is the remains of an ancient timber lock, one of the oldest in the country, but it's been discovered by a ground penetrating raider, but they haven't got enough money to actually dig it up and have a look. There's a picture here of a Canal family at Burscough around 1916, and they've all got, well, the women have all got white aprons on. Imagine. The path runs along beside the River Douglas, which is a lot smaller here than the bit we went on the other week. I don't think you get a boat down here, although to be honest Savick Brook wasn't much bigger than that. A bit further along the path is an allotment and a little orchard.
I would have been one of those, except I've lost mine.
You've lost the plot?
Yeah.
Walked into that. Apples are coming along well. Good year this year. Good spring. What have we got in there? Potatoes, leeks, beans, and squash I can see. On the other side of the canal is a linoleum works, which has been there for years, literally years and years. And these meadows were used as a dumping ground for their waste, and apparently there is still bitumen to be found here, which is probably what that and that is. It's not wood, so I guess it must be bitumen. Well, before I finish this video, I'm going to take you for a little walk down there behind me to show you what this arm used to be. In the meantime, I'm just catching up. I'm painting around the windows with the pink. The thing with having such a bright boat is the colours do fade. So I've just masked them off today and I'm giving them a quick top coat. that's a really good thing about having a stripy boat. You can just patch it up, you know, according to the different coloured stripes, so you haven't got to do the whole thing at once. So I've got about 12 hours without any rain, hopefully. So I'm just running around the windows to brighten the old girl up. I haven't masked off around the windows, so oops, I'm going to go really carefully with the brush, because when I originally painted this, none of the windows were in. Wow, look at the difference between the doors and the new paint around the windows. So bright and shiny. And now my favourite bit, it's been on for about 2 hours, so I like to take the masking tape off before it's gone too dry. Lovely. So just before we leave and I finish this video, I'm going to take you for a quick walk down here to where this little arm ends. You can see the old bollards here from when the boats would have moored up years ago. I don't know when this closed, but it must have been a long time ago. And it was used for loading and unloading, so the boats would come off the main Leeds and Liverpool Canal, which is over there, and they'd come round to here and load and unload their goods, and then continue off down there past where our boat is, and then join the main line again. You can see it's overgrown with this floating weed which chokes up so many of our canals. And there was a lock to get them back up. Now we'll just go over to the pound. And there's the bottom lock gates. And here's the old pound. Gone back to nature. Nice wildlife habitat down there, I should imagine. Anyway, that's it for now. Next video we will be getting our sea survey done prior to going on to the Manchester Ship Canal. So we have a plan moving forward. Some bits of the network have opened up again because of the rain, but not a lot, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with all of that, but we've made our decision that we're going to go down the Manchester Ship Canal, so that's going to be an adventure, because normally we wouldn't have gone down there, we wouldn't even have considered it, so yeah, why not? So have a good week everyone, see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Have you never heard a way to find the sun?